So the big challenge for the market right now, especially for entrepreneurs, marketing teams, marketing agencies, growth agencies, is that there's so many tools, there's so many things that are coming out that's promising to solve everything. For non-techies, AI still feels out of reach. Building custom tools seem complex. There's so many out-of-the-box solutions. Which ones do you use? There's so much hype. We feel like when we try something, there's so much hype, but it's not doing anything. And we still feel like, why aren't we just doing this ourselves? And we're starting to feel overwhelmed with kind of like the speed that the technology is evolving. Do you agree with some of these sentiments?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I could never count on any amount of fingers the number of AI messages I get from people saying on LinkedIn, oh, we can get you meetings with our AI tool. And then you go, oh, well, fantastic. And then it starts bugging out when you respond to it. And you're like, what works, what doesn't work? It's impossible to know. So yeah, I definitely feel overwhelmed by it. And I'm by no means a coder, so I feel like I wouldn't be able to understand how to build something myself anyway.
Amazing. Okay. So this is where Launch Lemonade comes in. What if you can learn, build, optimize, and monetize with AI all in one place? Launch Lemonade is the Canva for AI. The future of work, we believe, is entrepreneurship, and especially for marketing agencies who have the ability, language models are built to transform content. So the output is content. And based on my research, marketing agencies have adapted to AI the best. But that's not to say that they're disappointed or they're adopting well. But there's a lot of marketing agencies like yourself adapting to the tools well. Now, what we provide on Launch Lemonade is the ability to build your own custom tools where you can create new revenue. But at the same time, we have a community, a learning hub, and other capabilities that will allow you to automate, build business strategies, training tools for your teams, and as well as activate 24/7 customer service chatbot, whether that be through actual chat or voice, that will help your team or your clients scale their operations and generate more revenue. Do you have any questions so far?
No, not so far. I fear this might be a lot of work for me.
Well, I'll try to show you why that's not going to be the case. Okay,
Excellent.
so I'm ready for the demo and build, but our customers love us, and these are some of their testimonials. And yeah, okay, let's now build your solution. So, okay, we're gonna go to my account. So before I show you how to build your custom tools for yourself and for your clients, this is an example of a white labeled lemonade stand, as we like to call it, where you as an agency can build your own custom tools and white label it so you can sell it to your clients. Imagine these are marketing tools, for example, that your clients can reuse, white labeled under your domain and your branding. You can also embed a chatbot such as this one. That would be your 24/7 chatbot that could answer your client's questions. So imagine, this is your top of the funnel platform. Your potential clients would land on this, but before exploring it, they could ask questions like, "What is a lemonade?" Now, our tools have rich content, so you can add your knowledge in, customize it according to your goals, such as winning more clients. And so this chatbot would be able to adapt to your tone of voice, adapt to your context. So we just ask, what is a lemonade, for example? Now we know that a lemonade is a drink, but in our context, a lemonade is an AI solution. And your custom tools will be able to answer these questions with your own business context. And you can build this thing in 5 minutes at a really fair price. It's cheap.
And can I ask, how do I teach it my tone of voice? Because we've got a really like fun, unique tone of voice. So yeah, how can I make the chatbot basically speak like me?
Yes, and I'll show you how. Okay, so going back to our problem, we one of the problems that we had was TikTok, right? And we weren't producing either one. We didn't know what type of content to produce all the time, and two, we couldn't produce a lot of content all the time because we didn't have enough time or enough resources. So in Launch Lemonade, you can create, like I mentioned, different types of tools that can adapt to your tone of voice and your business context. Now, for the to build our strategy, like what do we talk about? We can build a TikTok strategist that will help us figure out what to talk about. So I'm gonna build a chat lemonade. You can also build lemonade flows where you can connect different language models like Claude, ChatGPT, um, DeepSeek to perform one sequential task. You can also build a voice AI tool that you could actually talk to and it would talk to you back. And you can build agents where it would decide on its own how to complete a goal. But with the strategist, let's keep it simple. We're going to build an assistant that would help us figure out what our TikTok strategy will be. Now, we have all of these language models available. And the reason being is that, again, because of the overwhelm and the amount of options, there's an option overwhelm, a choice, or like what do we choose? What we wanted to do was bring all of the best language models in so no one gets left behind. You get access to the best tools in one place under one subscription. So the first step is choosing, okay, what language model would be good as a TikTok strategist? Now I'm going to choose Gemini, or I could choose advanced models as well that are reasoning, but they're a bit slow. But they could be good for this as well. So I would Google Gemini 2.0 might be good. DeepSeek R1 might be good for this as well. And my personal favorite one is NVIDIA Nematron, which is not too known, but it's good to try. So later on,
ask, as someone with almost no AI experience, how can I pick the right one for me? Because obviously you've got the recommendations at the top, so I would immediately go, all right, I'll just pick from that group. So how can I know which is the best tool for me?
Absolutely. Now, the beauty of Launch Lemonade is that instead of providing you with, out of the box solutions, we do have templates that you can use, but we believe in the power in giving the user the power to test, build, and learn, or build, test, and learn, rather. That's the sequential order. So once you have, for example, drafted your initial lemonade, your initial TikTok strategist, you look at the output. And at any time, you have no limits. You can simply go back to this page and change the language model so you can learn for yourself. Now, we do have brief explanations here that would guide you through. And I'm also available all the time on WhatsApp in our community channel. You can ask me which model should I use this. But I believe in the philosophy of giving the users the power to learn about the language models themselves, because these language models are trained differently. I like to think that they have different personalities as well, and so the language models match different personalities too. Like I know a lot of people like Claude a lot, for example.
Yeah.
DeepSeek, I've got users who like, I want DeepSeek in there, and I have those fans of Gemini too. So it really depends on the user.
Got it.
But you've got your popular ones, and we've got recommendations as well.
I really like that I can speak to the community, because that's the kind of thing I'd want to do, is just message and be like, hey, I'm making a TikTok video. Which AI tool should I be using? Kind of thing.
Exactly. Our community is very active.
Nice.
Okay. So now we understand what we want to build, right? Which is a TikTok strategy. Like, what content do I want to build? So you can amend the welcome message. And I like to amend this welcome message because it gives me, so every time I use it, it frames my mindset and my thinking. Like, what do I want to achieve? So help me come up with a 30-day, no, so this is a welcome message. Let's create your 30-day TikTok content plan. Give me some context. Or no, actually, let's let the AI build it for us. Are you ready? So the tool will just create it for us. Now, we have what we call an instruction assistant that allows you to just, so in the world of AI, you have to prompt. Are you familiar with prompt engineering?
Yes, I understand it as a concept.
So basically, prompt engineering is like coding, but in English. So instead of having to code in all these like, programming language, you just code in English. There are popular frameworks out there. Like I've got a friend who's got a popular framework called Risen. So you give it a role, instruction, something else. And then there's also one that was published recently by OpenAI's PM, I think. But what I like to do, I have my own as well, which is giving it a goal, objective, task, output, and guardrails. But not everyone can prompt engineer. It's still, it's still a program that you have to remember. So what we built here is an instruction assistant that allows you to just talk freely what you're thinking, and the assistant would clean up the instructions for you. So for example, we could just say, you will help me come up with the content plan for the month. My business is Launch Lemonade. You will give me a balance. Your goal, let's give it a goal actually. The goal is to output more content on TikTok that will allow me to entertain and educate the viewers about our personality, but also our value proposition. You will strategically decide what to do based on data provided and insight provided. So I don't know I don't even know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna just let the instruction assistant figure it out for itself.
Well,
And
what's interesting is this is suddenly showing me how I can use this for every single one of my clients as well.
exactly. So you can build tools that are specific for your clients, so for your clients to use.
And can I create like silos? I know that with AI, you sort of build prompts up and it sort of learns you, but can I create sort of separate ones for different clients?
Yes, correct. So in one account, you can create different types of tools for different clients and white label them for different clients. So that would be, so you have a personal tool plan, for example. And if you want to build multiple ones for clients, you could buy our white label solution for each client. And each white label solution can have as many tools in them.
Oh, wow.
So that's an option.
Okay.
But another option, which I like to do, so just stepping back, now the reason why you can do this is you can switch the memory function on for each lemonade. So it won't learn over time. What I like to do though is because I like that function so much, I create multiple accounts for multiple clients. So I have clients myself that I build tools for. Because we have a central brain for an account. So an account is like a person. They have different skills, capabilities, they can do many things, but they have a central brain that you can build so that every time you build a new tool, it will always draw from that central brain, information from that central brain.
Okay,
So
amazing.
you have options. Okay, so now my instruction assistant has given the role, task, rules to follow, and output for this, which is to so the role that's given is a strategic content planner and social media expert specializing in TikTok content creation. And the task is to develop a comprehensive content plan for Launch Lemonade for the upcoming month. Begin by analyzing the current trends on TikTok and identifying content formats that resonate with the platform's audience. Rules to follow: maintain a balance between entertainment and education in the content. And then the output would be structured as a detailed content plan for the month, including a content calendar with specific themes and posting dates. Okay.
Great.
So I like this. What I'm gonna do is I could now add knowledge so that it will always have like context about Launch Lemonade. But like I said, it already has a brain, but I'm gonna show you how I do that. So I could just add the website here. Now our scraping tool scrapes one page at a time. It used to scrape all pages, but we noticed that it errors sometimes. So sometimes it skips key pages. And that's just how current existing scraping tools work right now. So what we've done is that to make sure that our customers can add each specific page, and we've now changed it to being able to scrape one page at a time. So we scrape the full, so you can scrape basically exactly what you want scraped. So you can just.
If I wanted for my whole website, I'd have to put in my individual web pages.
Exactly. So I'm gonna add it here, for example, launchlemonade.app features. So I'm gonna get that scraped as well. So for now, these are two of the pages that I like to scrape. And then you can also upload your brand guidelines here, for example. Hello?
And so that's how it learns your tone of voice.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. So your brand guidelines, your tone of voice. Now, I lost the video. Sorry, Tash. I want to find you.
No worries.
Okay.
Search for me somewhere.
Okay. Well, you're somewhere. But okay, so you can also add your knowledge here. Now, going back to the instructions, you can add your tone of voice here as well. Fun, bold, engaging. Draw out examples from your knowledge. Okay.
Nice.
So you have to call out sometimes what the lemonade can do in the instructions. Like you have a brain, you have a knowledge base, you have this. So we're just going to add that in here as an example. And then we can proceed on playing around with your details, like and the description of your AI. So I'm going to add a description here, content planner for TikTok. You can customize the look and feel as well as to how your chat will look like. So we can choose this, and we can add a logo here as well. So we can quickly add a logo or an image. So this is my TikTok creator. And you can even generate your icon here too. Assign. So if you have hundreds of tools, you can categorize them by folder. And then now we go on to add-on. So add-on are superpowers. They're extra superpowers you can add to your lemonade. Would it be allowed to look at the internet? Would it be allowed to, would your user be allowed to upload files, upload images, and remember all conversations? So this was what I was talking to you about earlier. Will your lemonade remember over time or not? Now, there are specific use cases to remember all over time, but there are instances where you don't want it to remember over time, so you can have a fresh conversation each time you interact with your lemonade. So we'll just switch that off. And then you can integrate, if you want to complete actions via Zapier. This is more complex. We actually think that, so we want to bring all capabilities down for including automation. So we've added the ability to add integrations via Zapier, but it's not necessary.
Yeah.
And for this one, because it's an internal tool, it's not necessary for it to complete actions. So now we can test it. For example, today is, I'm just going to give it a date, Feb 26, 2025. And let's see what happens. So we're now testing the tool. I'm a builder. This is a problem that I have. I need a better TikTok strategy. And yeah, so this is my thinking. Now, depending on your workflow and how you like to think about solving your problem, you can definitely design your own tool and your own workflow.
Yeah.
While this, now it's come up with a TikTok content plan. It's given me an overall goal to increase brand awareness, drive traffic to Launch Lemonade, and position the platform as a go-to source for no-code AI solutions. Target audience, solopreneurs, startups, small business owner, marketers, and anyone interested in leveraging AI without coding. Content pillars, AI for business auto. Oh my God, like I just love that I didn't even give a lot of context, like, and it just,
Yeah, it knows exactly who you are
yeah,
and what you're doing. I
exactly.
feel like you could just take this content strategy yourself and just use it now.
Exactly. And it's giving me the content for each week. Now, I could say, okay, I like it so far. So it's asked, this is just the first 2 weeks. I can continue with the rest of the month if you'd like. This framework gives you a good starting point, and remember to adapt based on what resonates with your audience. Good luck. I was like, yes. And I could say, okay, this is great. Continue, continue.
And I can see, yeah, it's got a mixture of educational videos, but also like fun, silly ones as well. So it's nice.
Exactly. And yeah, you could just keep interacting with it, and until you have achieved your goal.
And can I
So
ask, because you
yes,
always see these things online of like AI videos that, that you're like, I actually think that that video I just saw of that person is AI. Is there a possibility in Launch Lemonade to add in another tool and go, okay, create these videos. This is my face. This is what I look like. Can you create videos on my behalf, or is that too out there?
we're not in the video stage yet. We can generate images, but you can definitely use Zapier, and connect an API, our API to, for example, HeyGen or another avatar generator to get that workflow working.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not in the avatar space yet. It is on the list. Um,
Excellent. No, that's cool. We wouldn't want to do that just yet, but it's interesting to see that that's sort of where things are going.
Absolutely. I have my own avatar that I've been playing around with, but I never use it for my own personal channel because one, I actually don't fully automate yet. I can automate and I have done it before. But the reason being is that the systems are just not perfect. Like I like to be the human in the loop where I could approve,
Yeah.
like make sure things are good. And I'm building my brand as the co-founder of Launch Lemonade. And I find that people are still buying from people.
Yes.
And I want to build that trust rather than potentially risk it. So I
Agreed.
deliver a lot of my content, but I'm able to scale. Like I've got a newsletter, I'm on TikTok, I'm on LinkedIn, I have a podcast that I just launched, and I wouldn't have been able to do all of these things by myself without the help of AI.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now
Nice.
at this minute. Okay. So this is actually our most basic feature, the ability to generate output like this and have like a single lemonade working on a singular task. Again, if you're unhappy with how this lemonade has interpreted your instruction, you can easily go back to the LLMs that you've chosen and choose another one. So let's say we're going to choose Grok just for fun. Not that I'm not saying I recommend it, but you could.
Oh, so you don't have to rebuild everything. You can literally just go back and say, use all the prompts I've created, but run it through this system instead.
Yes, exactly. So I could.
Because when you went back for a second, I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to have to put all that stuff in again. But no, that's great.
No, no. So yeah, so I could just give it the same prompt. I would perform the same again, but it would perform it differently because we now are using a different language model. And that's how easy it is to build the chat lemonade.
Amazing.
Amazing. Okay, so now it's performing that, but we don't have to see that. Okay, so we've got our TikTok strategist. Now we also have the second problem that you have is on TikTok, if I recall it right, is creating the scripts, the actual content. So we have a plan, and we have a strategy that it's generated. So this one. Now I'm going to quickly lift this plan that the tool has generated, and I'm going to copy it. The reason why I'm going to copy it is I'm going to use it for our next demo. So the next demo is actually a new feature that we have called Lemonade Agents. So this is TikTok content. A Lemonade agent can autonomously choose how to complete a task based on a given goal, but you still have to design the capabilities of this Lemonade. So you still build it. It's not out of the box. So because I know that this is a TikTok content agent, can build video scripts and captions. I want this agent to be able to do multiple things at the same time. The first agent would be able to create video script agent, AI. I'm gonna choose, I think I like DeepSeek for this. Create video script. And then the instructions is create TikTok talking head video script using this format, hook, line, sinker, for example. And then I'm just gonna quickly add emotive, bold. And then for the line is value, and sinker is, let's say, a call to action.
Yeah.
And I'm going to create that step. So this is the first capability of this agent. And now I'm going to then create a caption builder. And then I'm going to use maybe GPT-4 or Mini. And then based on scripts, create caption that is SEO friendly using AI tool hashtag. Okay. Obviously, you can make it this more robust, make it more fun, make it your own. But just for this quick demo, let us run the Lemonade. So here's the 30-day plan. Give me, I want the scripts and captions. Oh, let me get the content first. So this is the plan. I'm just gonna copy this bit. Right. Okay, we actually just released this new product last night. So I'm
really seeing how it's gonna go.
I'm excited to show you. But basically, this agent, imagine you've built it already, and this is the first time you're interacting with this agent that you built for a client. All they have to do is give it the content, and now it's going to give me my planning, my video script, and caption builder. And it's basically doing the entire task of building my scripts and my caption for each video. So the first thing that this agent did was plan. So it's planning now. Okay, these are the things that I have to do for each day. Here's the video script and the caption is here. And then, it's still running. It's taking its time. It's not as instant as it can be because it has to do a lot of things. But essentially,
30 days. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But that is essentially how this agent is going to work. While this is working in the background, do you have any questions?
I mean, to be honest, no, it's really clear because with the same logic here, I could see how I could apply it to my email outreach. Does it do any sort of like problem solving? If I were to put in, hey, this is what we've been currently doing, is there something we'd be able to run that would go, yeah, this is the mistake that you're making, or this is the reason you're not getting opened, or things like that?
Absolutely. You simply have to build it. So, for example, data analyst or strategist. Let's say they're an analyst and strategist. We're going to design. So imagine you need to hire someone, right? Now, before you do, come up with this job spec, come up with a job title, and build it. So I'm going to build a data analyst and strategist. And then, you know, like with the job spec in mind, you're basically just building this person out. So we're going to choose, actually, let's choose a GPT or maybe NVIDIA Nano because it's my favorite. Um, so we're gonna say you will problem solve based on problem given, whether it be data data points or question, based on the goal to increase conversion rates, come up with a strategy that will solve the problem given by Launch Lemonade, for example, because it has context of Launch Lemonade.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, so now we're just building this lemonade to do that. And then we'll test it.
Wow. Yeah. That's very clever.
Okay, so you're a marketing strategist with expertise in conversion rate optimization. Your role is to analyze data points or questions provided and develop a strategic plan to increase conversion rates effectively. So I'm going to save that and we'll quickly test it. So let's pretend we've done all these steps. And I will say my open rate is 20%. I think my content is good. What could be the problems? Obviously, the more data you give, the better, because then it has richer context of what you're trying to solve. But I just want to show you how it would work.
Yeah.
So yeah, a 20% open rate can be a good starting point, but there's always room for improvement. Since you think your content is good, let's explore other potential factors that may be impacting your open rates. Here's a breakdown. Subject line and interesting, keep it under 60 characters. So it's giving me actionable things already, even though it doesn't know what my email is.
Yeah.
Sender name, email. But yeah, imagine if you design it to specifically target looking at, for example, content or technical.
Yeah.
So you can definitely design the capabilities. Like, again, similar to how you would build a job spec, you'd
Yeah.
build it in a Lemonade, the skills of this AI tool.
Really interesting. I want to be able to, I want to go put my emails in now and work out what what the problem is.
Exactly. So imagine you're hiring someone, right? And you're hiring an email specialist. Like, what would you still need to think about their skills? Like, I want this email specialist to really understand copy, or is it the tech, or is it A/B tests? So have that in mind and then build your AI.
Got it.
Okay, so now it's giving us next steps. Okay, and the more context you give, the better. Right.
Yeah.
Now let's go back to the TikTok agent and let's see. Yep, I've got my hook, line, and sinker. Got my
Nice.
caption, and yeah, I've got everything I need. And I could ask it to improve it. I could modify it. But I've got everything that I need.
Yeah.
And the same thing applies with the email strategy. Yeah. Any questions?
No, I guess my only question is what this will all sort of cost me.
Okay, so you can build as many tools, lemonades, as you want as a personal builder for $25 a month. You can have access to all of our features.
Everything that you've just shown me for $25 a month.
Yes, exactly. Now, if you want to start making them customer facing, then you would have to upgrade. So let's say you want an embedded chat bot. You can have 5,000 chats, so 5,000 chats using your embedded chat for $29 a month, which I think is the cheapest anywhere.
Yeah.
Embed that chat bot. And if you want to monetize, so for example, you want to white label your Tasha solutions where they could use marketing tools like this, and then it would be $49 a month and a 10% revenue share after your 50th customer to cover our API cost. So yeah, you can basically start charging the customers that are going to be using this. And yeah, that is it. No, there is one more feature actually, if I still have 2 minutes, that
You
I
do,
just
yeah.
add, which is the image generator. So let's say, you know, you build um blogs and you need images for your social media accounts, your blogs. Now, we also have an image generating model, which is Flux, and you can pre-build instructions so that every time it would generate the same kind of content, but not exactly the same, because image generation would always, you know, it's not going to be the same face, for example, but it will always be on brand. So for example, this one is a creative 3D artist specializing in cartoon imagery. And it would always be, you know, happiness, fun, thriving energy in the workplace and business, with lemons as a recurring symbol. So it's always gonna produce that. So let's quickly run it. So for example, I want uh, lap working on a laptop, for example, female, really simple. And what I expect, there are times where it kind of glitches, but what I expect is the same on brand image um, that I can use for my social. So on TikTok, I have these like images that I post that gets about 800 views, 800 impressions on our business page, and it's just
Nice.
these images. So yeah, let's wait a second. It does take a while with the images. While it's doing that, what's on your mind? How do you feel?
Uh, I feel good. I mean, with what you were showing me, I was expecting the price point to be a lot higher than what you've said. Um, I think my biggest thing will be learning how to use all of this, but from the sounds of it, with the community, I can ask lots of stupid questions, and it sounds like I could potentially get a bit of help from you at the beginning as well.
Absolutely. Not just at the beginning. We have builders who've been building with us for like more than maybe 9 months now, and they still reach out. But now, actually, they sometimes only because they have become AI experts themselves. Um,
Cool.
what I forgot is that you could also build a team mix. So a 10 of you, for example, if you got team of 10, you could access the same account on our team plan as well. So that is also an option for you.
Okay. Cool.
Um,
Yeah.
before we finish, that we have a YouTube channel that where we have resources uh, of walkthroughs and demos, how to build your own ChatGPT, for example, turning transcript into 50 pieces of content in 30 minutes. That is a popular one, 4.5K views. That's
Wow.
most popular video probably.
Really good.
And in the platform, while we're still here, we have a guide. So I just put this together. We have instructions on how to get started, white labeling, how to build your team, how to embed, how to build your knowledge, and some marketing templates here as well. I published 100 instructions here for you that you can utilize. So if you want to create AI-powered SEI optimized blogs, use AI Instagram carousel storytelling, and so much more. So you can turn these into individual lemonades.
Okay. Amazing.
And that's it.
Fantastic. Oh, now your big job is trying to find where I am. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, really interesting. Okay, great. Yeah, I think that's all of my questions then.
Amazing. Well, if you've got any questions, I'm gonna email you the community link. It's also in the once you sign up, actually, you'll get a QR code so you could join the community. We have weekly master classes, and I'm gonna be launching a co-building session every week as well, where you could just jump in, ask me any questions, and we'll solve it together on the call.
Great. Sounds good. Thank you. All right, amazing. I
Amazing.
will stop recording.